My loves, just as I was starting to edit the video, what happened? To think that I was here all worried, wondering how I was going to imitate Paola, what Paola's doll would be like. Alright, but now MasterChef is ours. Anseca, the doll boss. Problem solved. Yes, my loves, regardless of who leaves or joins, we are going to recreate the entire MasterChef Brazil set inspired by these images you're seeing, using only materials that most people have at home. Well, and MasterChef, what is MasterChef? It has to have a cabinet, or rather, many cabinets. For now, I'm going to make 6 because that was the plan with the materials I had, but maybe later on I'll make 2 more to complete the set. As you can see, the main structure is being made with shoeboxes. For those who didn't get it, this cut on the lid is being made because I want it to close internally, so the counter won't wobble in the future. Just like this, it's already super okay, and it's time to make the sink. A coconut water carton, a milk carton, a tea box, it doesn't matter. The important thing is to be able to put them together. If you stopped, just start marking the boxes. I'm using the height of my own ruler to make it easier. Marking done, let's cut. If you're a child and you're watching me, never use a utility knife without adult supervision, okay? And tip number 2 is be careful with the cutting. We're going to use almost 100% of this box. With the piece cut, let's go to the sink counter. Since they need to follow a pattern, in my case, I'm making 6. I found it easier to make a template. I'm not sure if that's the right name for each piece. This template is easy to make. You just need to get a piece of cardboard or chipboard with the same measurements as the box where the countertop will go, and mark where you want to place the sink. In my case, I left a centimeter of distance before I started marking mine. If you're using the same type of box as I am, 7.5 centimeters by 1 centimeter, 7.5 centimeters should be the size of the marking. Just talking about it makes it sound difficult, but now that you can see how it turned out, you can see there's no secret to it. This part is really easy to do. After making the top, glue it on and let it dry thoroughly. Once it's dry, let's cut out the space for the sink. See how this template makes the process so much easier? After making this cut, take that milk carton base you cut earlier and fit it into this open space. Now that it's in place, we're going to apply glue to the exposed edges. Wait for it to dry fairly well and then paint the countertop afterwards. This part would look really pretty if it was covered as well. You can even do this with the inside part of the milk carton. And speaking of covering, I'm going to start covering the rest of the cabinet. Again, chipboard painted this time with bitumen. And once again, I'm going to make a new marking. This marking now will be for the oven. The construction principle of this template is the same as before. The only difference is the position. In my case, the oven will be next to the sink. After the sink, I measured 2.5 centimeters and made another marking of 7.5 centimeters by 7.5 centimeters. Because yes, the oven will also be made with a milk carton. Maybe coconut water, tea, well, it doesn't matter, with this type of carton. After you cut it, do you see how it's super easy to visualize what you need to do? And once again, glue it, wait for it to dry and cut. Notice that this time the template was glued to the bottom part because we're making the oven. And look who's here again, my loves. Don't throw away this spout. We'll use it in other videos, I promise. For now, just feed this leftover piece into the space that was formed. Mark the oven outline on it, then remove it again so that a new marking can be made with clear tape or even electrical tape. This step is totally optional, but if you do it, you'll see that the fit and finish improve. And again, be careful with this little end of the box. It will be used as well. My loves, what I have in my hands are magnets. In fact, I had a lot of really cute round magnets here at home. That's why I went ahead and glued one on each side of the box. It could be in the middle. On the oven door, to make things easier for some of you, I left this template available for printing here in the video description. This method is so simple that even if you don't have a printer at home, you can totally do it yourself. This binder cover, you know, the ones that have been spiral bound, I'm going to use it as the oven door, but any piece of acetate or even a piece of an old school folder could be used as this door. This brad that you're seeing will be my magnetic catch, meaning it will be responsible for closing my door. But any piece of metal wire will work as long as the magnet sticks to it. The same goes for the magnet. Any magnet can be used as long as it sticks to the metal. Sticks or pulls? I'm not sure, but you get the idea. So let's stick it on because there are plenty of doors to work on. You guys, this is a little positive venting session. This door, my loves, when it closed, I couldn't contain my happiness. You vented, now back to the tutorial, Lara. This part here is important, let's go. Here the door's open and close mechanism will be made with tape. I use some generic duct tape, but I think regular tape works just fine too. Oh, how exciting, it's closed! To keep the box from moving around, it's a good idea to put a small piece of double-sided tape on the back of it, and then you can put it in its proper place. Once again, open, close, okay, I'll stop now. But yes, this door will have a handle. I'm going to use a brad again. Why? Because I have millions of them at home. You can make these handles out of almost anything really. Sticks, wires, even the thicker ones. For those who didn't understand, I'm using this stick as a ruler. Why? Because we are making 6 cabinets and I don't want the handles to end up different sizes. I glued it here, I resisted opening it, now I'm going to cut the top part of the oven, and there's really no secret here either. If you don't have a printer at home, you can make something similar to this pretty easily. And you, the rest of the box. Didn't I say we were going to use almost 100% of the box? We just didn't use the little lid, but we could even use that. But getting back, you will be our oven divider. Oops, that was the bottom part. Now yes, this will be the divider. Oh, how satisfying it is to close this. Even better than that is finishing the piece. I really enjoy doing the finishing touches. And this little piece of clothesline will turn into a modern faucet. Call it modern because not even water comes out. Bent one of its ends, it's ready. I'm using a little piece of tape around the faucet right here in this part. A lower piece so the faucet doesn't slide down into the cabinet. A heavy hand that sometimes goes overboard with the drilling. If you're heavy-handed like me, here's a tip. Look at how it fits, how it turned out. It looks great, doesn't it? Well, and to finish up our cabinet for good, I suggest you cut some small squares of paper the same size as the oven. 7.5 by 7.5 centimeters. Key rings will be used to make the burners for the cooktop. By the way, these rings are totally unnecessary, but I loved the final result. And yes, my loves, it's true that I still have a few details left to do. But that's a topic for the next videos. Our counters for now are ready. Okay, but what will we have for the next video? In the next video, we are going to make a detachable mezzanine so everyone can stow it in the closet and no mom will get mad at me. Start setting aside a lot of cardboard because you'll need it. Later I'll give you all the exact measurements, okay? Well, my loves, I'll say goodbye for now. Write here in the comments what you thought of the video and which items we still need to make so this set looks really cool. I love you all so much. Big kiss and see you in the next video.